The World Series of Poker main event is always unforgiving.
Easy game.
But the road to day 6
One time
was as rocky as it gets. A double knockout. Flops and turns might have been safe, but the river claimed victim.
miracle.
Sometimes you live by the ace queen, you die by the ace queen.
After victim.
No shame in folding.
After victim. Oh, Garcia's ace king.
This is so sick.
It's a four at the end. Oh my goodness. Though the stars fell, stars also emerged. And as we set sail on day 6, one thing is for sure. The players better buckle up.
I looked on you.
500.
I used to get a kick as a kid out of double-breasted jackets.
Oh, yeah.
I used to say, wow, you get 2 sets of buttons for the price of one.
And they went out for a while, but I see them often now.
You know, Foxen deciding if she wants to put Dunst all in here. Does she want to call and see a flop? Looks like she's going to choose the latter here.
A little raise to the left eyebrow. Do you see that?
Ooh,
Oh,
the free
my.
roll comes in.
Ooh. Ooh.
250. Bet 250.
You say 350? 250. Okay, 250.
Yeah, on this type of monotone board, Dunst can go real small, especially as the pre-flop aggressor here. And I don't see Foxen, you know, necessarily wanting to fast play in this spot.
Oh my goodness. There's some serious nastiness on this table last couple of days.
More bad news for Tony Dunst.
Yikes. Listen, a lot of the hands that Foxen's going to raise and call a 3-bet with pre will contain a lot of suited combos, right? Perhaps, you know, something like the Ace X suited, something of the Queen X suited variety. Some of those suited Broadways are going to be in there. But Dunst also feels like he can try to get some value / deny some equity here once he turns top pair.
This is going to leave a mark on Tony Dunst. Over 1/3 of the pot.
I don't see Foxen having a ton of offsuit combos, calling pre-flop. So I think, you know, again, there is some equity denial in here for the you know, naked flush draw, but also maybe thinking if Foxen has a hand like a suited 10x or, you know, something that she wants to maybe see one more with, feeling like the king is a card that Dunst is going to rep pretty often as the 3-better.
Tony now looking leerily across the table at his very competent opponent.
Wonder if you're going to be suspicious at all, or if you just don't want to miss out on value.
Check.
Yeah, he looks suspicious.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oof, indeed.
Thank you.
Wow, all things considered, Tony got off kind of cheap there.
Yeah, I think, I mean, the turn obviously cost him another bet. I think there are going to be some other turns where he just shuts down and tries to
Hey, Phil, can you document
take
my
his
hand and let me know
showdown
Tony
there
had?
with ace
Text
high.
me. Thank you.
Ooh.
David Collins, business owner from Atlanta with King. No wonder he's chuckling.
To get all in with pre-flop for 50 bigs effective, but Porto does decide.
He did go
and
all
you
in.
saw his face when he got snap called. He knew immediately that there's no way ace king could be ahead. facing that snap.
And David Collins poised to become a big stack here on day 6. All right, he's all in. He's standing. Thank you, sir.
I think he's looking for a king. Well, I mean, he's kind of just looking for no ace. You know, I mean, king's greedy.
Bordeaux bemoaning his actions. So here we go. Heart beating quick for Collins. No ace. Yeah.
Understandable, sir. Very big pot here. Way ahead.
Gotta fade
87%.
2 more streets.
That's my big boy in props. 357.
All good. All good.
Collins looking for the double up to 8 million plus. Porto, if he cannot find an ace, would be cut down to about 25 bigs.
Porter with one last card to try to knock out Collins. And it's another queen. And David Collins with a monster double up through Bruno Porto. The lawyer with aces.
Ooh, he has been picking up some hands today.
He's going. Could happen, I guess.
Raised to 170,000.
Appreciate if you take off those shades, you'll get better cards. I guarantee you.
Tony in the small, king, queen.
All in.
Oh, Tony, we hardly knew you. Yep.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, just decided to take this spot
That'd be
with
it.
sub 20 big blinds here with blockers to premium pairs, ace king and ace queen, but not blocking the aces, unfortunately.
Trimmer started the day at 114th. He's been on a nice run. And Tony in 90th place started with 3.2 million. He's been going in the opposite direction down to 1.5 and now all in. With the worst of it.
Not much there for king, queen off.
All right. Good luck, guys.
That's it.
Yep.
Game. Good game, Tony. Thanks, Tony.
Tony Dunst made a
Payouts.
deep run in last year's main event, but eliminated here on day 6.
I like Tony a lot,
But Jesse Capps 3-bet with pocket 10s, and Adrian Lopez came along. Queen on the flop. Lopez taking the lead.
Hold on, I just threw it that way. Time. No, seriously, time.
And
I'll let you
so Lopez, what
I
happened
think it's
here,
like 20 people from
he thought
page.
Capps
Good
was all in, and he wasn't.
No.
He had
No!
a chip behind and turned over his king-queen.
If there's a page on me, you guys call it on me. Four hands.
Yeah, we can wait like 40 minutes, right?
Talk on me. It's
That's all
fine.
right.
It's fine.
So,
Main
oh,
event.
so he knows Capps' hand.
The fans know it. The fans know it.
Does look like there might be a pay jump though, so just gonna tank.
Pay jumps at 134.
Jeff Platt dubbed him the
You guys
duck
call the
guy
clocks, it's fine. No, you can call the clock.
because he had a duck on his table. Now he gets ducks from everybody.
So just to clear up, Lopez thought Capps was all in, tabled his king-queen.
And he called the king
Capps
queen.
with a 5K behind.
Maybe I should give it to you full. I thought you had a lower pair, hopefully.
I'll give you 30 seconds on the clock.
You're fine. I'm just reminiscing my one chip. It's going. It's like.
I
don't think the fans would like this. We're having.
Sorry, I didn't even notice you had that chip right there.
I don't even care. I care about the fans. We're having a memorial for this. We're having a memorial. Our last.
Oh,
Cue the.
that's incredibly cute and sad all at the same time.
4 o'clock.
Adrian, I really hope you win this thing. Or.
Or
All right, hope.
2 outs.
So Capps knows what he's up against.
Jesse, I win this thing, I'll come look for you.
I'll also.
I'd protect that 5K chip.
You know what's so sad is my girlfriend broke up with me on day one.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Good luck, Jesse.
Go for.
Now he's all in.
Good luck.
Easy for.
Out.
You have outs. 2 outs.
2 outs.
Find the 10. Quack, quack.
No
Find the
backdoor.
10.
Right. Are you guys feeling it? Is Caps going to be a lucky duck today?
I hope so.
Let's go. Find the 10. Find the 10. Find the 10. Quack, quack.
Do you like the Argentinians? Messi.
Messi. Let's go.
Messi.
Jesse Caps
That's a crazy hand.
trying to summon a 10.
The deuces versus ace 10.
Messi.
What a way to win. What a way to win.
No, that did not just happen.
Oh my God!
100% of time.
Holy!
You put the 100%. So.
Those ducks, they are lucky.
All right, got it.
Here you go. Nice hand, Jesse.
Oh, the weirdest things happen at the main event. Jesse Caps doubles up. He knows he was behind.
Nice hand.
So gross.
As Lopez tabled his hand thinking Caps was all in, but Caps had a 5K chip behind.
Sponge? No, I was saying
Oh, Sponge Wars.
Do you know how
Oh,
many
yeah.
different types of sponges there are?
You mean
there's
the
like,
living
there's
ones? Or
Scrub
the,
Daddy, right? There's, I don't know. That's all I got.
I don't
That's my list.
I just know the host should be SpongeBob. Ace King again for Kristen Foxen after Mercer. Her nemesis at this table raised it up with kings.
They've definitely been involved in their fair share of pots. I mean, to be fair, Foxen's been involved in her fair share of pots with a lot of players at the table. Definitely picking up big hands. Sometimes was getting out of line and had to fold, but here just a very clear hand that she is going to want to play very aggressively, I would think, against Mercer's stack size.
She has double the stack size of Mercer, and here comes the 3-bet, 500K. Mercer not going anywhere. Lopez sees the chips flying and says, no thanks.
Yeah, and unlike the other times when Foxen found a 3-bet, she's going to call this all in, I think, whereas before, she had to 3-bet fold, just getting a count, exactly, as she said.
Now, he wasted no time in shoving. He wasn't going to play any games and try to bleed the clock or twist emotions. Right into the pot with his kings. Call. Ah. Oh.
Good luck, guys.
Ace would be good. Thank you.
Yeah, Foxen and Mercer in a position to swap chip stacks if the kings can hold up. Mercer at risk.
$5.5 million in
I
there.
used my one time. Big pot. I almost called you free.
You got more times. You got more times. You need your one time. I need my one time.
What happens when both players use their one time? Like, who supersedes?
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't recall that happening before. It had to.
Kings
Oh
at
my
risk.
gosh.
Oh, and an ace in the flop. And suddenly Mercer sees his main event coming to a close if he cannot pull it out.
Foxen just.
That's a lie. That's a lie. It's 64%. Oh, the turn card brings the king to Mercer.
Whoa, why did they snap deal?
Oh my goodness. And it's over. Mercer with the miracle double up through Kristen Foxen.
Started with the best hand and then needed that 2-outer to stick around.
That's it, man.
6 figures is the payout. Lopez all in for $1.3 million with his ace-queen off. Montoya wakes up with kings, and his prediction coming true, it seems.
Right, remember what he said? He just waits, folds, 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 and then doubles.
People give him chips.
And look at this, just waiting for maybe somebody else to enter into the pot, but obviously it's
Oh.
complicated.
King versus ace queen.
Foxen folded ace queen. That's
He just
not good
open
news
ripped.
for ace
King
queen.
and min raise just wants to take the highest variance route. What can I do? That's crazy too. If he raised under the gun, I just flat. See if Chrissy wants to squeeze.
Montoya
Maybe.
lamenting he's not getting more action here.
Right?
He's a little greedy.
Now I feel your pain.
I can't wait till the flop.
Tyler Montoya with the kings. Trying to knock out Jose Carlos Lopez with ace queen.
Pressure.
Mm.
I don't even have to say anything.
One step done.
2 extra outs for Lopez.
That's fine. That's fine.
Montoya has him covered by just 3 bigs.
Diamond's not in play. Lopez looking for is out on the river. An ace, queen. Tray of spades doesn't do it. Montoya gets the knockout of Lopez. Well, he laddered up.
Kings are winning.
Knew where they were on the
Kings have the
payouts.
hand.
100,000 into the bank.
Thank you.
Day 6 as we go back over to
We need
the
a
other
10 on the
table,
card.
and Kings have the queens of Daniel Jones in trouble. An ace. Spade, 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 but unfortunately for Jones, he's got the queen of clubs.
And it reduces Jones' outs to 1. Spade's no good for him.
Collins looking for another big pot. Jones has been kind of cockroachy, but he's 1 card from being eliminated here by David Collins. It's the vanquisher on his feet, the one at risk on his seat. 10 on the end, and Daniel Jones knocked out on day 6. David Collins continues to build a stack. We're in Lightbourne. The Jack-8 trailing the King Jack.
Both players with the straight draw, King Jack. A little better, the open-ender variety.
Jason James
Raise 825.
with the King Jack. Won the tag team event this year with Jimmy Setna.
825.
Fellow Canadians taking home the tag team. James went to Waterloo University, which is a poker factory.
It is.
North of the border.
Oh, did Mike McDonald come from?
He might have. You know, first of all, Waterloo is a good university. You got to be pretty smart to get into there. And I think he might have. We've had so many Waterloo guys over the years.
Ooh, this is bad. This is very bad for Lightbourne. He check raised that flop with the gutter, and he hits it, but he is not going to love the fact that James has a better straight in this spot.
They both hit the straights. James with the king high straight.
1 million.
You know what we call the king high straight in my neighborhood?
What?
I do not.
Just off Broadway.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Okay.
I'm going to steal it.
That's a lot of words, you
I'll
know.
take it.
Just off Broadway is a lot of words.
Just off Broadway. It's kind of a mouthful.
All right, see you, man. Very good.
All right.
Would you call it job?
You say it 3 times fast, Norm.
Just off Broadway, just off Broadway, just off Broadway.
See? You were 2 out of 3 there,
If
by the
you
way.
cleared it, I would have said, yeah, clearly
Yeah.
not too many words. But you couldn't make it past the second one, huh? You couldn't stick the landing.
You could call it 42nd Street.
You know, if both of you
That's
were
just
in an
off
old
Broadway.
style phone booth on Broadway that was stuck, and it was at 95 degrees in Midtown Manhattan that day, I would not try to open the phone booth. Let you all suffer in that phone booth.
When was the last time you saw a phone booth, Maria?
Oh,
All
it's been a
in.
minute, but
Oh, wow.
here comes all the chips. James doesn't love the fact that the queen pairs on the river because, of course, could have some boats with Aaron possibly check raising 2-pair on the flop, you know, queen 10, but does end up having to call, obviously just too strong, but didn't immediately snap.
It was almost a reluctant call, wasn't it? It was indeed. Under the gun, raising with 10-8 of diamonds. I imagine Foxen likes this hand. Yeah.
Chrissy told us this morning coming into today that she felt super calm and had a great feeling. And she's pretty much played that way all day.
On heart.
Very hardly any missteps.
Wow. Well,
correct folds. She's had a nice day, even though she hasn't chipped up much.
2-pair for Abu Salah, and Foxen uses that 8 and 10 as well. Checks her open ender.
You know, this isn't a flop texture that I think the pre-flop raiser is going to always see bet on, right? Sometimes they will find some checkbacks here. So I think it's something that Foxen is going to be aware of here. Oh my gosh.
Wow. A heart and the straight for Foxen.
What a sick turn.
Your voice on break?
I wonder if she's ever going to find some leads here just because, you know, it would appear that this turn card, the coordination of it, you know, there's going to be a lot of 2-pair hands in her range, obviously some straights. Especially if she puts Abu Salah on a hand like an overpair, right? Those hands might check back due to the texture on the turn. So she is going to find that lead here for half pot. I wonder what Abu Salah is going to want to do. The top two. She's very aware, of course, that there are going to be some worse 2 pairs that Foxen can have here, but again, straight comes in.
Finale, 7.
Yeah, that's a bit of an action killer because we've got a 4-liner on the board now. You know, would be somewhat of a tougher spot, I think, for Abu Salah to feel like there's going to be many bluffs from Foxen when she bets.
Wagers 2 million.
It's almost all of his chips.
A 9 is a straight, a 4 is a straight. Obviously, you know, hands that maybe like a 6-4 on the flop would have called and led the turn. You know, a hand like 9-8, obviously. I just
said I hate tanking too, you know?
I just think that this is a really gross spot because some of those semi-bluffs, those pair and straight draw hands, does get there on the river. So he does make a fold, a disciplined, I mean, a somewhat disciplined fold, right? Sometimes people are like, oh, you know, I'm up against a capable player. I have 2 pair. I'm just going to just call it off.
Speaking of double up potential, folded to Mercer on the button with ace-king and a short stack.
Mercer finding another hand to go with.
And 2 wanted it.
Okay, count for this.
Oh, bigs. Oh, bigs. We're fine.
Send him a good energy, guys. I need you guys when I'm all in, okay? When I'm all in, I need you guys.
Alex Spartan taking some time to think with King 9 suited. You know, of course, when you shove about 10 bigs from the button, you are going to have some weaker hands, of course. You know, maybe you're going to be shoving. I mean, you should be shoving 10-9 suited and all those types of hands. So I think Alex Spartan decides that he's going to be doing good enough against that shoving range, but just happens to be in a spot where he's dominated.
Mercer in good shape right now to start rebuilding against one of the bigger stacks. Mercer with the ace king off, as you see.
This one, no sweat. You've had a few sweats down. That's you off of it. Just keep it clean.
Keep it clean. Thank you. I mean, one time, you know?
Right.
It's okay.
He already tried to give you Merry Christmas, so keep it clean.
Barton has a live 9.
Follow through with part 2. Just keep it clean.
I hope you hit.
And the 2 clubs. Wow. And come 2 clubs.
Wow.
That's just brutal. This guy's gonna like fall over.
We call that an Omaha setup.
Todd Mercer saying, keep it clean.
Yeah, jam, call. 12 bigs.
He has
Red deuce.
flush draw, actually.
Pre-flop.
10 bigs.
Okay.
Black tray.
Yeah, 10 bigs. I forgot we're at 120.
See the outs for Alex Barton up top.
Takes a club or a 9 to
Red
knock
deuce.
out Mercer.
The finale is a club.
All right, man.
Alex Barton took a spin with a king 9 suited.
Good call.
And rivers the winning club flush to knock out Todd Mercer.
With a very, very small, relatively small buy-in. So, yeah, I definitely think that some of these online players probably will just have bigger pieces of themselves.
And the deck keeps hitting Kristen Foxen.
Yeah, and look at her just flatting, just praying.
Ace Jack. Montoya not in yet, but
yeah,
he's coming.
For some type of squeeze behind her. Somebody looking at this spot at the raise and the call. Is it going to be Montoya who decides to take this spot with Ace Jack in the big blind?
We saw him with Ace Jack just a little while ago having to make a decision as if this is the time to go against another Ace Jack, and he gave it up with patience. This time he's going to come.
900,000 in the middle. Foxen with kings against Ace Jack, Ace Jack. Oh my. Oof. And an ace in the kitchen.
Yeah, and Chrissy's not going to like that. Like, I very much like the fact that she did take the flatting line there with some shorter stacks behind her who might have elected to squeeze. But now, obviously, her hand very much under-repped here, but is not going to like the ace against Astet's early position raise. Just going to come with the overcall. So Kristen very much realizing that king's very likely not good.
Interesting card.
Very, very interesting. Both Montoya and Foxen with a heart. Foxen with the king of hearts, though. And Astet also, of course, can't love the overcall by Montoya in that spot. So is going to check, gets checked around. Now the river pairs the 6, and Montoya going to have a lot more 6Xs than the pre-flop raiser and the flatter in this spot. But Can Estet find some value here? Again, putting Chrissy probably on 8s, 9s, 10s. Blocking the nut flush, but she did check back the turn. Does she very often check back the turn there?
She's going the other
with
route.
the nut flush. Yeah, it looks like what I thought could have been something that she was considering, which is raising right now against that sizing.
It's been the right fold every time.
This is a brilliant play by Kristen Foxen.
TV1.
I think it's going to get through the first of the ace jacks based on Montoya's body language.
Yeah, but all of this talk, I think, by Montoya, while there's still action pending, is not good poker etiquette, you know?
Correct.
Montoya blocking some of the flushes, though, with the jack of hearts, right? Like the king jack of hearts, the jack 10 of hearts.
Yeah.
One muck.
Queen jack of hearts. Estet knows Foxen is capable. She's really trying to win this pot, trying to get these types of hands to fold out here with this raise against a very small sizing.
2 stacks starting the hand with over 8 million chips. A head shake.
If Estet had the ace jack of hearts, I think he might find the call, having a blocker to a lot of the likely flats, the suited Broadways. But again, knowing that Kristen is very capable and questioning the line, right? Does she check back multi-way, you know, with a flush there?
Oh my, she got them both to fold, the best hands.
Thanks.
You know, perhaps feeling like their table image is one.
Look at this.
Oh.
Ace king going to work.
Yeah, and yikes. I mean, talk about getting your hand caught in the cookie jar, because now you've 3-bet to 800K. You have to call against this shove of 1.42 million. And now Estet knows Trimmer was getting out of line. So just some info being revealed here. Trimmer, very live though. I mean, not as live considering Estet did have a queen.
So, Rakan Abu Salah at risk. Ahead right now with ace king, 1 club. Trimmer with queen 6 of clubs. And Estet folded a queen, right?
Yeah, and Trimmer doing his usual, standing up even when he's not at risk. See how that works out this time.
8 tray deuce. Queen or 6 for Trimmer is what he's looking for. Jack of clubs.
You don't want to have a monkey.
I don't want a monkey. What do I need?
And
Yeah, that's monkey.
Brutal.
Brutal queen indeed on the finale. Trimmer hits the queen and knocks out Rakan Abu Salah.
7,000 in career tournament earnings for him. Back over to the feature, and the aforementioned 9-9 in reality is front and center for Foxen, who has 3-bet this puck to 1 million, and Trimmer with some pushback, a 4-bet to 2.7.
And Trimmer's shown a lot of get up and go throughout the day. Earlier saw a few. Chrissy knows she's been playing with him for a while.
He was the original raiser. Took us to 350. Foxen.
She's flat out sizing him up.
1-7 on request.
Could see call, could see jam. If she really thinks he's ultra strong, fold is possible. Huge spot, Ollie. Late day 6 action. All of these have to be so intense this deep in a tournament.
All in?
Oh my.
She does come with it. Bravo.
Sniffing it out is Chrissy.
We would think this one is a wrap. Very nice from Chrissy, trusting herself.
Show the bluff. Show the bluff.
No.
And the deep breath, genuinely.
Hard spot, though.
That King 10 had all of the structural reliability of a Maryland
Go on,
bridge.
Chrissy.
Very
With
important.
as you mentioned, the preciousness of these chips, which Nicholas is dedicating
Oh, I
to
believe
his
he announced
3-bet.
jam.
And the
what a
pile is
spot
there. We
that's
verify. The snap comes in. Whoopsie. And some of that aforementioned go-hard aggression that obviously is a part of the process of accumulating the 16 million from Song. Has him in trouble here.
He goes hard, but he also pumps the brakes. Understandable play. Tough spot. And here we are, 12.6 in the middle. Can Song prove why this hand does this sometimes in theory?
Black sweatshirt.
12.6 in the middle in
there it is, by the way, right off the bat.
If you win another pot like this, that's just fucking unbelievable.
Spades are gonna get there.
There's no way.
This kid can't.
There's no way he wins another pot like this, right?
Montoya's breathless.
That would just be
Montoya,
ridiculous.
let Stevie work, pal. He can't take it. He's anti-sweating.
How you think Nicholas feels?
Oh, clean for Estet. I think he feels better now, Ali.
And it was a deuce.
4-1 favorite with one to come is the Dane for his main event life. Can he fade a spade?
He can fade the spade.
6.3, right?
Huge double for Nicholas Estet. Clearly a force. And for Song, still 10 million. I know it's not the chicken atop the, but
I kind of feel like we need to keep an eye on Song and just bear witness to whether or not we perceive there to be some deviations.
You know what?
Commensurate with, you know, the downtick.
He's pretty consummate. A lot of experience, a lot of different gears. I believe he's fine.
Good to know.
However, this is a hand that can certainly fight just looking at it. There's a real amount of interaction. There's clear targets. Ace-2 suited is not one of those targets. Clubs, that is. He's weighing all of his options just north of half pot from Otero. And he does go for the check raise. I believe that's a straight min raise. Interesting. There's only one option none of us can see. That's to fold. He's in to the tune of the call. 3.5 in the middle. And it is the nuts for Otero. And now the Jack of Diamonds, which was a good card on the flop for Song,
being troublesome to a wide array of holdings.
He's
in this
reaching
3.5 million chip pot, and this reach is an exercise in futility.
And this is
chronological salesmanship before the flat comes in.
Make the call.
Otero, a noose nudging 900, pushed forth. And those are blackbirds. And into the dead of night they go.
It's like he goes for 4 million, Ollie, and the bad news will be coming his way.
Yeah.
Things like that.
There's nothing more devastating than that moment.
It's bad. Jam does come in, and Song is gone, Ollie.
Check.
Both parties looking up at the overs. Low does not follow through. Rasty does have the benefit of the gutter.
Check. Check, check.
Checks back.
Bet it's 300,000.
Low speaks up after the check back from Rast. When we raise pre-flop, get flatted, knuckle this board, and then come out swinging for 300 on the turn, Nick, what is it that we're trying to claim?
Well, let's see if he follows through on this river. King, queen, jack, jack, ace, ace, even stuff like that. That kind of looks like he's going for 300 again. Bravo, Mr. Lowe.
You hear Rast saying, "I never beat you."
Getting real out there. What a price he's getting.
We can't talk about any contents of any cards. Can't talk about any contents of any cards.
Curious intervention
I
there
like
by the
this.
dealer.
I like how Rast. I mean, Rast is playing hard right now.
Okay.
Oh my God, he asked him if he has fives.
I'm gonna talk to you. You go ahead.
I think she might call the floor.
They say you have to get from the table. You want to use the phone?
Oh,
you gotta
she's
get
talking to
grab
this
from the
guy.
table if you want to use the phone at the table.
Okay, she's really...
She's running a
She's
tight
the
ship
boss.
here.
Just passing on the message.
I believe she got that said to her, by the way, so.
I'm not sure she needed
By the way,
to have it
Rasty
said to her.
asked Lowe if he has fives, just to be clear.
If you're in Lowe's seat, that's a very discombobulating
he
earful
does
to
get
get.
through. What a play from Lowe. He does have the fives, and he shows him Ali.
That's wild.
Wow. Threes are less appealing. Does go in.
No, that's a raise.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
So, a little bit of late night roulette.
I have 3.
Russian in nature, if
No,
we
I'm not
consider
all in
the
for
fact that
That would be.
Montoya's life
I
in
don't
the
even
main.
really want to call that show.
She has ace too, sure. But I'm saying like in this spot, I'm not
6
gonna
bigs.
complain.
Is it risk?
It would be.
Let's see, deuce 4-5.
You want deuce 4-5?
I've been calling for action flops all day, haven't I?
That's really bad flop. That's pretty bad for you.
That's really bad flop.
Oh, a 3 in the window.
Oh.
There's chop outs.
Yeah,
There is chop
that's
outs.
the chop only.
Nah, it's
Running
not coming.
5-6 for the chop.
He's
Running
more than
deuce
chop outs.
5 is a
Deuce,
clean
five
winner.
deuce.
There
Spades
you go.
work.
You play.
Backpack
You
being
play on
reached
GG.
for.
If you put a GG, the turns is deuce only.
5.
Or 5 only.
Good run, Montoya.
Nice playing with you.
By the way, there was no spade outs. What am I smoking? Shit,
Late.
this is a Carlos Caldas against Yegor Moros situation. Moros raised to 400 under the gun. Carlos called from the big blind. 7-4-3 and a couple of diamonds on that flop. Moros on the right side of things.
Well, a very good game to you, sir, to the departed, and this, I mean, this is really something.
It was Jack 7 for top pair for Caldas, the 2 10s for Moros. They got it all in on the flop.